Hey guys, what is up? So ever since the new Amaru update came out, I've been testing the difference between the old build and the current game build. As you probably know by now, the updated ADS time has been decreased for Amaru and is much easier now to fly in without being heard from a mile away. This video today is going to cover grip aim down sight differences and a secret hack that I came up with. For my testing, if you decide to rock Amaru's LMG, I strongly suggest using the angle grip, as you will get about an 1/18 of a second advantage from using the vertical grip. Now that might not seem like much, but every moment of that time counts. Unless you have a hard time controlling the recoil, I highly suggest using the angle grip. So we're in Premiere Pro, and I wanted to show you a visual idea of how her LMG's ADS has been affected. If we look at the top layer, we have the updated footage, and on the bottom layer we have the Void Edge build. On the right side are the vertical grips from both builds, and on the left side are the angle grips. As you can see here, the angle grips when compared to their respective vertical grip builds are 8 to 9 frames shorter. And since the update, the angle grip compared to the previous vertical grip is now 1/38 of a second faster. Now while I was testing this, I started to think, is there a way we could actually make the ADS go faster and bypass the system? So I tried different things, like knifing, switching weapons fast, and sprinting. And to my surprise, if you push the sprint button as you land, if you time it right, you can actually get up to another 1/4 of a second. The way this works when it comes to Windows is that you want to start pushing the sprint button right as you're about to go in. In my testing, pushing the sprint button 2 to 3 times while clicking the ADS button 1 to 2 times is how I got the most consistent results. As for hatches, we'll get to that soon in a bit, but you're definitely going to want to practice this in a custom lobby first before trying it in a ranked game. I suggest getting the feel of it and seeing what works best for your setup. Looking at the timeline here, we can see that when comparing the sprint method to the normal game footage, that the sprint hack reduces the clip length by 25 frames, which is about half a second. That's 9 frames less than the difference between the updated angle grip and the Void Edge vertical grip. So in total, the angle grip plus the sprint method gives us a total difference of 45 frames when compared to the Void Edge vertical grip, which makes the ADS time almost an entire second faster. As for the secondary weapons, when using Amaru conventionally, the SMG actually has a faster ADS time than the LMG. However, as you can see here, while the SMG certainly is faster, when using the sprint method, the difference between both is negligible. So if you're using the SMG just for a faster ADS time, with the sprint method now, there's no advantage the SMG has other than maybe being a little bit more consistent since its natural ADS time is faster. As for console players, I tried this on my Xbox controller, and while you kind of can get a faster ADS time, it's harder to press a joystick in repeatedly than the shift button. What you could try to do is press the run and aim down button just once as you go in. But if you push the joystick after aiming, you're going to end up leaning to the left depending on your setup. If anybody watching this finds a smooth way to get this to work on console, please comment below and I will ping it in the comment section. Now as for hatches, there is a slight difference in getting the timing and the feel of the sprint hack. What you want to do instead of pressing the ADS and sprint button simultaneously is push the sprint button 2 to 3 times as soon as you exit the arm animation and hear a thump. You want to have less focus on the ADS button when doing hatches compared to the building windows. Put your attention more on lightly and quickly pushing the sprint button and then aiming down. While the Amaru hack takes some time to get used to, the footage clearly shows that there is an advantage to using this method. Just be aware that because this wasn't designed perfectly as a game function, it's not always going to work. But for the times that it does work, the sprint method makes a world of difference for when the moment counts. If you enjoyed and found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. By doing this, YouTube will recommend my videos more. Thanks, and have a great day.